Dee One, let me tell you this. It is obvious you are an attention seeker. It is obvious VDM is the reason why you are making money on internet. It is obvious that you are a false speaker. It is obvious that you are a pretender. It is obvious you are only in for engagement. It is obvious without VDM you are nobody. It is obvious if you don't drag VDM, there will be no food in your table. Isn't that obvious that VDM is your source of income? It is obvious a day cannot pass without you calling the name VDM. Isn't that obvious? Isn't that obvious? And the mentioning of the name VDM, things fall in place for you. Isn't that obvious? Yes, it is obvious. The moment you call on the name VDM, you have engagement. You have views in your video. You have more comments in your video. So it is obvious. Whenever VDM drop any video, you must come out to counter it. It is obvious that you are not in with good intention. It is obvious that your mind is polluted with bad intention. Isn't that obvious? Isn't that obvious that a day cannot pass without you calling the name VDM? So it is clear and it is obvious that you are a maggot. Yes, I come again. It is clear and it is obvious that you are a maggot. Oh yes. It is obvious. Isn't that obvious? That no matter what, you must come out to drag VDM. Isn't that obvious? That you are developing BP because of VDM already. Isn't that obvious? That your level of thinking is depreciating because of VDM. It is obvious that you cannot pull VDM down no matter how hard you try. It is obvious, my dear maggot. It is obvious that your feet are already shaking. It is obvious that you have an empty brain, an empty skull. Isn't that obvious that you have turned VDM into a course that you studied every day? There is no day that will pass you will not open a chapter about VDM. Isn't that obvious that you have made in your course? And it is obvious that you are going to have F9 in the course you are studying. Isn't that obvious that your F9 will be so big? It is very obvious that if you continue like this, you will not end well. It is obvious that if you continue like this, BP will buy you. Trust me. Maggot, maggot, maggot. It is obvious if you don't stop dragging VDM, you will buy. BP will buy you.